This is Hollywood. What do you think? You know how much money my last film lost? 2.7 million. And you know what? It was perfect. Hey there, Jake here with Axe Talk. We're back for another installment, checking out the wonderful Electro-Harmonix Pitchfork. One of my favorite pitch shifting units of all time. Really just a fantastic, fantastic unit. And we're here today in the beautiful Open Chord Music Venue and Music Shop, who are providing us with this beautiful Suhr Classic S. And we're playing that through the Pete Thorne signature PT15IR Suhr amplifier through a Suhr 112 cabinet. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump in on the Pitchfork here. So the blend knob, this guy controls the amount of the effect that we hear. Straight up and down, 50%, we got 50-50. Dry tone, effect. All the way up, that's nothing but the effect. And obviously, all the way down, no effect at all. This knob here controls the interval, all the way from a microtonal detuned sound, almost like a chorus, all the way up to 3 octaves. This switch here controls whether it goes up and down, or down. And then the latch knob here, this determines whether the bypass switch here is momentary or latching. Right now it's latching, meaning when we hit it, it stays on. We turn that off, it's momentary. So if we and we've got this Dunlop Volume X attached as our expression pedal so that we can get those classic whammy style effects. So for example, going up 1 octave, so yeah, just like your classic, like Tom Morello, Jack White type octave up effect. So now, it can also be super fun to blend that. So we've got our dry guitar sound going, and now we've got the octave up happening as well. And I like to usually do that same mode, but in the dual position, so we get an octave up and an octave down, kind of creates a little bit of an organ type effect. Almost a little reminiscent of like the Pog pedal from Electro-Harmonix. Really great stuff. Can definitely be super useful for chords, can be super useful for leads too. So really like that effect for sure. Now, let's see what we can do if we try some different intervals out to kind of create some harmony here. So now we're in the 5th mode. Let's see what we can get here. Let's try 5th down to start. Definitely some cool stuff. Let's see what happens when we get both going. Really cool because we can kind of use that in a way to kind of transform chords into different kind of extended chord voicings. I really like taking like triad type sounds, like just basic like major triads and minor triads, and playing those with the fifths going in all the directions. Can get some really cool harmony stuff out of that. And we could even try that with some of these different ones, say the sixths here. That kind of stuff, I mean, man, that's starting to sound kind of like King Crimson or something like that. Really, really cool. Or, you know, you can take certain chords with those weird intervals that almost make almost like Gran Turismo soundtrack type sounds. Because everybody in every cover band you've ever been in has wanted to do the Gran Turismo music. No doubt about it. Now, once again, in this latching mode, all of this works with the expression pedal. Super, super cool stuff. Now, we've been doing some weird stuff with this expression pedal, but let's see what we can do if we wanted to kind of almost make it more like a regular old whammy pedal. All right, let's go all the way up, or not whammy pedal, an actual tremolo, a whammy on your guitar like this guy here. Now, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go to the minor second or a half step, put it down, it's going all the way, and we'll change this to momentary. Now, when we have an expression pedal hooked up with the Pitchfork, the momentary switch has a speed control that's controlled by the expression pedal. So once again, when I say momentary switch, I just mean it's only on when you're pressing it. So now, we're going down, and we're just going down a half step here. So if we hit it with the heel down, pretty much immediately goes to it. Well, we want to kind of emulate some of that whammy going down kind of sound. So let's move this down a little bit to make it just a little slower. Let's go a little more. So it can be super cool for when you're playing leads and you want to get some of that kind of stuff going on. Yeah, super, super cool. It just kind of sounds like you're messing with the whammy itself. Just adds a little bit of extra expression. I'll also kind of use that kind of effect in the up position to kind of create these almost somewhat, or actually let's try a different interval just for fun. Let's try the major third here. So we're going to set that up, and a lot of times what you can do, this is almost kind of like an Adrian Belew type effect. He uses a pedal called the Impossible pedal. That's kind of a thing that he had made for himself that allows you to kind of do these weird pitch shifted things when you're playing repeating type lines. So for example, say we're playing some kind of mechanical riff kind of thing like. It's super, super weird. You can just kind of make it sound like your guitar is going haywire while you're playing, you know, your like pentatonic type riffs and things. So just good for, you know, when you need to make things just sound totally crazy. Always fun. Now, let's see here. Let's get into some more stuff with the momentary switch here real quick. Now, I really like doing the octave stuff. Let's try going 2 octaves up in both directions, and with this in the super slow position. So this is a super, super fun thing for creating big glisses into chords with a whole bunch of really interesting dissonance along the way. So say, oh, let's just take a nice old major 7, major 9 type. Got a rocket ship taking off type sounds. Super cool. Now, another one of my favorite things, and one of the things that I tend to use the whammy pedal for very often, is actually for almost like a doubled chorus type effect. So if you go into this D mode, it means detune. So we're not even going as far as a half step for our interval. Let's start with it up in latch mode, pedal down, and blended. And it basically creates a chorus effect. Super cool stuff. In the minor second mode, what we can also do is almost use our expression pedal here as a way to dial in a chorus effect going up and down. So it's basically spreading out the octave. Sorry, I had a little fly flying around me just then. But yeah, definitely super, super useful stuff. And you can just, you can definitely find a lot of different, I almost like to call them secret features within these types of pedals. Another thing I really like to do is just a simple octave all the way down. That's a great one for if you need to just create sort of like a fake bass sound on a gig. And also, if you're on a gig and you need to tune your guitar down, but you don't want to actually tune your guitar down, you can find the interval in that 100% wet with it all the way down. Super, super, super useful for sure. But yeah, thanks a lot for listening. And be sure to check out the Electro-Harmonix Pitchfork. We'll be back with another installment of Axe Talk for you very soon. Thanks. That was okay. First one might have been better, but